In this third Sunday of Lent, we encounter the Samaritan woman who goes in the middle of the day to the well in order to draw water. Now there's a thirsty life. And she goes to this well over and over and over again in order to try to find this satisfaction. And although she may quench her thirst for a moment, it's not long lasting. But on this day, there's a chance encounter. She meets Jesus, who's also thirsty. And he asks the woman for a drink, but then he also promises a drink. He says if you would ask, he would give you this living water so that you don't have to come back to this well over and over again. What is this living water that Jesus is talking about? The living water is another word for happiness. And as Jesus reveals, happiness can only be given by the one who possesses it. And he shows that God alone can share it with those who place their trust in him and who follow him. But I think it'd be important to remember that there were two people who were thirsty at that well that day. The Samaritan woman, of course, but then also Jesus himself. Isn't it amazing, fascinating that God made man, the creator of all things, experienced thirst? Yes, God thirsts for our faith. He thirsts for our love. Like a good and merciful Father, he desires for all of us all possible good, and this good is God himself. All of us are thirsty, brothers and sisters. Do we go to Christ in order to find satisfaction, to find happiness? Perhaps one thing that we could do in this week is, as we thirst for the deepest desires in our hearts, that we also realize that by striving to satisfy the thirst of Christ, that we bring a drink to the thirsty, food to the hungry, clothing to the naked, that we shelter the homeless, visit the sick and the imprisoned, and bury the dead, that we practice those corporal works of mercy. Let us go to Jesus and order from him a drink called happiness.